Kendall, and welcome to another installment on my Happy Vegan Homes channel. And today I'm doing something a little different. Instead of looking at all the materials that you use in your home, I'm actually looking at things that make a home a home. And what does that better than the smell of baked goods coming from your oven? And because I'm a vegan, I thought it would be really fun to introduce you to one of my favorite people, probably one of the most outstanding vegan bakers I know, a woman named Celine Ikeler standing next to me, also known as the Karma Baker, which I think basically says it all.
Welcome, thank you for
and
coming.
Her bakery.
Yes, welcome to the bakery.
I think one of the biggest questions that I know I had about vegan baking was, how do you replace butter?
Butter adds so many things. You know, it's got flavor, it's got fat content, it has that creamy viscosity. It really is kind of a magic ingredient, and it can be intimidating to want to replace it because it seems like it's magical, but really it's not. And our favorite replacement is coconut oil. Coconut oil has a lot of healing properties. It's an antioxidant. We use organic, cold pressed, so it retains a lot of its own nutrients. And recently we just read a study that it helps lower cholesterol. Which
is kind of amazingly perfect when you think about it, because baked goods typically would make your cholesterol potentially rise. I know butter certainly does. And I'm going to give you, via Celine, a way to not only reduce your cholesterol, but eat as much chocolate as you want. Maybe, I don't know, I'm not a doctor, and still feel good about yourself. I'm going to certainly try to make the case. So these are both coconut oil in two different forms. And why are we looking at two different forms of coconut oil?
Okay, so coconut oil is a solid and a liquid. It just depends on the temperature. So like butter, you can melt butter and it, you know, at like 100 degrees is a liquid, and at, you know, 40 degrees is a solid.
Right,
and in between there, it's kind of room temperature in a little lump, you know? It has about 40 degrees of soft. But coconut oil is either liquid or a solid. There is no middle ground. And at 70 degrees, that's where that happens. So we weigh all of our coconut oil, measure it out as a liquid, and sometimes just put it in like that, and other times we keep it solid and cut it into recipes, depending on what we make.
Okay, so here's the other million-dollar question. If I have a viewer out there watching this right now, and they have a favorite chocolate chip cookie recipe, and they're interested in making it vegan for, you know, curiosity's sake, or maybe they really are like exploring a vegan lifestyle, could they take like a cup of coconut oil and just swap it out for that stick of butter in the recipe?
Yes, they could.
As easy as that?
As easy as that.
So I think that's really exciting, and I could literally almost just scoop that right up and bake, but I'm not going to put my fingers in Celine's stuff, but I could, right? I mean, it's just that good for you, the coconut oil, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Let's take a quick look then maybe in the kitchen behind us, and we can see what Celine is baking. I think someone had teased that there may be some scones coming down the pike that of course are made with coconut oil in place of the butter. I'm really excited to go check them out.
The greatest thing about baking vegan and gluten-free the way we do it is that everything can be frozen. If you're baking with butter, you can't freeze a cupcake because the frosting will not turn out right and the cupcake will be dry. Coconut oil freezes really well. We bake en masse and pop it in the freezer and then pull it out, and it's perfect. Here Evelyn has a large bowl of all our dry ingredients. This is a pumpkin scone that we're making, so she has the flour and almond meal and all of the nuts and the dried fruit that we put in, and then she puts in her pumpkin, a little bit of rice milk, and starts to cut in with that tool the coconut oil so that it, in small bits and chunks, wraps around that flour and creates a little pocket for the scone to be light and fluffy once it's baked.
Oh my God. They're so hot because I just ate one right out of the oven. They're so moist.
Yeah.